So, is Starlight Glimmer more powerful than we think? Let's talk about that. Starlight Glimmer was the Season 5 premiere antagonist of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. She later came back at the season finale and was reformed in the same episode. She is now under Twilight's wing as her student, learning the ways of friendship. And while it's all well and good, I think there's more to this reformed villain than we let on. For starters, her first appearance was in the Cutie Map, where she led a small town to give up their cutie marks and live a life of equality, making them free from the branding that made them unique and special. She kept their cutie marks locked away in a cave to remind the town of the problems they'd had when they had them. Her motives were unclear at the time, but as the series continued, we would soon learn why. When the main six arrived to see what Starlight had created, they questioned how it was possible to begin with. Starlight then reveals the staff of sameness, which, in the end, turns out to be some stick in the desert. She even says that without her magic, she wouldn't be able to remove the cutie marks. The only thing closest to the spell Starlight casted was used by Lord Tyrek when he absorbed the magic from every pony he came across. Except, when he used it, he took their energy and left his victims drained and lacking a cutie mark. Somehow, someway, Starlight Glimmer was able to remove cutie marks, place them behind a glass wall, and give every pony in her town the same exact cutie mark. This is the first time we've seen any pony perform a spell like this, and yet, this was never brought up again. After her disappearance for the rest of Season 5, she comes back in the finale ready to get revenge on Twilight. She decides to go back in time to stop Rainbow Dash from performing her first sonic Rainboom. After all, it was because of Rainbow Dash that the rest of the main six ever got their cutie marks and led them to their destiny. By preventing this, however, she doomed the rest of Equestria by creating alternate worlds where the main six never formed and the elements of harmony were never found. How she was able to go back in time was because of a spell used by Starsfield the Bearded. Probably the same spell Twilight used back in the episode It's About Time from Season 2. However, there are a few things that stand out from the two episodes. 1. Twilight was only able to go back in time for a few seconds. And 2. Twilight was never able to change anything. The events that led her there still took place, and she created an endless loop. Starlight altered the spell to not only last longer, but somehow changed an event's history. Not to mention she had a failsafe within the spell to send her back in time if Twilight were to use the spell again. Now, while Brony Notion has already made a video detailing how powerful Starlight could be, I'm surprised he didn't talk about this part. How was Starlight able to alter the spell? How did she know how to do this? Well, maybe it'll get more apparent when Season 6 comes around. In the Crystalling, we get more background on Starlight Glimmer's fillyhood. Her and a fool named Sunburst were close friends. Starlight said that he knew everything there was about magic. In her flashback, Sunburst presents Starlight with a spell, and she knows exactly what to do right from the start. It's almost like she was gifted. Yet, it was Sunburst who got his cutie mark first, and was sent straight to Celestia. What happened with Starlight afterwards is unclear, but it did end up with her leading a town of random ponies and convincing them to lose their cutie marks. Because she has never mentioned it, Starlight most likely got her cutie mark later in life when she was away from home, since it looked like any pony who specialized in magic there would be sent straight to the princess. She never studied under Celestia, so Starlight most likely learned her magic elsewhere. Because of her quick understanding with Sunburst, I can guess it was probably magic books. So that begs the question, who is Starlight Glimmer really? She never learned from the best at Celestia's gifted school. She knew how to remove cutie marks with her magic alone, and was able to modify an old spell used by the greatest unicorn in history. Her magical abilities seem to be that of the Princess of Friendship herself, and still no pony questions her amazing feats. By the time of this analysis, Season 6 has yet to conclude, so it may come into light by the season finale, if not sooner. Until then, all I can do is speculate. If you have any comments to add, feel free to add them down below. Until next time.